Okay, this is my my video in response to Steve Benway's Show Us Your Telly tag. I'm a little bit embarrassed by my telly. It's Pioneer Kuro. I was quite lucky to be able to get one of the last ones that was sold. I've had it a while now, and it's fantastic TV. I originally bought it for a home cinema setup, but it didn't work out as well as we thought. We moved house, etc. So I've ended up with it as my gaming TV. It's a bit of overkill, really. Probably expecting something more like this, which you can't see very well, but I'll go over that in a second. So I've been using this mainly for my current gaming, but I've also been trying to get up some retro consoles set up with it as well. I'm going to try and show you the back for the inputs and what have you. I'm not sure how well it's going to come out because it's a bit dark around there, but yeah, we'll give it a go and see what happens. So okay, this is the mess that is the back of my gaming TV. I've actually got most of my modern day stuff running through an amplifier, so that red HDMI cable is basically off my amp, so basically everything comes in through there, my Xbox 360, Blu-ray player, etc, etc. I've got 3 HDMI ports on the back there, one PC VGA slot, which I occasionally hook a PC up to, and it's just got a cable there for ease of access, really, because I'll try and show you the stand for the TV in a minute. The thing's extremely heavy and difficult to move, so let's just try and move along a bit. So, and then starting from the other side, we've just got the power there, and then the white and red cables are actually audio out. The display panel doesn't actually have any speakers, so that runs back into my amp. And then we've got component and audio for the component input. And then, interestingly enough, for such a modern TV, I don't know whether you can see, there are 3 SCART ports. One of which I've got my retro consoles hooked up to via a RGB SCART switcher, which is where that silver SCART cable goes to. It does seem quite odd that it's got 3 SCART ports, and you can't actually use them all because the TV has to be programmed to either use HDMI or SCART or another input. So there we go. And then there's a couple of other ports over here. The digital audio out if you want to do that rather than left and right, and obviously there's a 3mm jack there as well for the audio. There's also a few speaker ports there which allow you to hook it directly up to the speakers. So that's all the ports on the back. Let me just show you the label if I can. So it's a PDP LX1590 blah 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 blah, Pioneer, February 2009 that is. Can't read that very clearly on the thing. Anyway, so that's the back of my telly. I'm just going to try and show you the stand now. Okay, I'm not sure whether you can see that very well, but that's how the TV is held onto the stand. It uses a standard I can't think what they're called now, but a standard mount on the back of the TV, which then connects to that post, which is actually part of the rack, which I thought was a fantastic idea to start with, but turns out that it makes the TV and all the other equipment on it a complete and utter pain to move. So as you can see, it's only got one shelf underneath, which is where my amp and my Blu-ray player are, and then there's another shelf on top which is really useless because I've got my centre speaker there, and then that's it. But trying to move that is an absolute pain, and I found it wasn't necessarily such a good idea, but there we go, that's what you get. So that's my main gaming TV. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and quickly show you my other TV, which I've been using for retro consoles. It should be a lot quicker than this because it's smaller and much more simple. So I'm just going to try and show you that now. So this is This is a very old Sony 14-inch CRT. I've actually had this since I had a Nintendo 64 originally, and it's been much left in garages, lofts, boxes, and not used very much. And then recently I actually took it into work for a project at work, and we kind of found it was a bit iffy. It kind of worked sometimes, it didn't work other times. And what I found is that it works fine if you've got an RGB signal going into it, but if you just got a composite signal, it just only shows in black and white. I'm not really quite sure why. Anyway, so yeah, here we go, 14-inch CRT. It's got 3 buttons on the front, which you won't be able to see. Hang on, let me just switch it off. We can see the front then. So this is your simple TV. There's 3 buttons on the front and a power. And then there's nothing else on the front apart from the big Sony badge. And then I can quickly show you the back as well. So on the back we've got RF input, SCAR input, which supports composite obviously, and also RGB. And as you can see, that's it. Nice and simple. There's the badge, Sony M1400U, and it's old. Doesn't even have the date on when it was made. Anyway, those are my gaming TVs. Thanks for watching.